Hello, vision building women, and welcome to Impact Academy with Dr. Saundra. It is so great to be back with everybody on this weekend. I am so excited. I'm going to give you about 60 seconds to come on in, and we're going to dive right into our material on tonight. I am so excited to be with you. It is just an exciting time. Had a great time this weekend. So come on in, welcome everybody. Come on in. Just like I said, I'm excited to be with you on tonight. It's 9 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time, and I'm just excited to be with everyone tonight. You know, I'm thinking I did a couple of changes in the group, and I think that because I did those changes, I actually linked my group with my my business page. And I think because I did that link, I think I come on differently. So I'm not exactly sure if everybody sees me actually on here. So I'm going to give you a few, just like I said, about 60 seconds to come on in. If you'll type me a hello and let me know. Great. Just want to make sure I could see your comments, and I can. Hello, Carol. Welcome, welcome. I see people are hopping on. Tonight is going to be a game changer for you. Okay, tonight is going to be a game changer for some of you. Hey, there's my daddy. Hey, Dad, how you doing? Hey, Mom, how y'all doing? Tonight is going to be a game changer. All right, and so I see Daphne. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Minister Daphne Davis. How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I see the numbers keep going up, so I know you guys are popping in. Like I said, it's different. For some people I can see on the phone, and some people I can only see on the here on the phone, and some people I can only see on my computer. So I don't get the right numbers until everything is ended and they give you a final number. Hello, Jessica. Welcome. Well, I tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Tonight is Sunday. Tonight's March the 11th. Welcome, everybody. This is Impact Academy. My name is Dr. Saundra Wall-Williams, and I am the CEO and founder of the Vision Building Institute and the founder of Teach Ministries. I am so glad to be with you on tonight. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Vonda. Welcome, Yolanda. I see others hopping in. Tonight's topic is one that is near and dear to my heart. And tonight's topic it's called Unlock Your Abundance. Okay, that's the overall. Unlock Your Abundance and how to live your passion full time. How to work your passion full time. How to go from having something be your passion to actually having it be your profession. Okay, we want to talk about that. Hey, little Philly in the house. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Sharon Patterson, my homegirl, how you doing? Welcome, my homegirl and my classmate. Welcome. And so, let me tell you the reason why this is so near and dear to my heart. Many of you may or may not know my background. My background is, I went to NC State, just found out that we are in the tournament. Yay, we're in the tournament. All right. So, hey, Janet. Hey, Kathleen. How y'all doing? So, went to NC State. And I finished NC State. My degrees are in math and statistics. I worked for a little while. Then I came back. I went and got my my doctorate degree. And then I worked for a little bit more time. Literally had a life or death experience with trying to have children. Realized life was short. Decided that I wanted to go and do what I always wanted to do, which was be a professor. And so I talked to my husband because that meant a humongous pay cut in our household. So he said that was fine. And so, because he wanted me to be happy. All right. And I wanted to be happy. And so I took that pay cut and went to be a professor. And at the same time, some other things were going on. And I found out that I had a love for teaching, training, helping people learn, that sort of thing. Okay. And then I went from there, and I went and one of my mentors, he's now my mentor, Martin Lancaster, actually saw me do something in NC State. I have no idea what it was, but Martin Lancaster actually saw me, called me about 4 years later and asked me if I wanted to be take the position of being over technology for the 58 community colleges in the state. And so my response was, let me call my husband and ask. All right. So I decided to go ahead and do that. So I literally was the senior vice president for all 58 community colleges in the state. And here is the thing. When I was doing that role, I really loved it. I did. I loved what I did. But I realized that there was still something missing. Okay, I started a ministry. Many of you know I started the ministry called Teach, and we're still doing Teach. We're actually having some other things come about with Teach this year. But I realized that I love what I did every day. I mean, I'm a leader. In every aspect that I am, in some form or fashion, I'm usually doing leadership. Okay, whether it's teaching in the classroom, which I absolutely love. I love teaching the word. I love teaching people how to teach the word. I love teaching people how to study the word. I love teaching people about how they can take their gifts and utilize their gifts in different areas of where God has called them. I love all of that. But what I found out is that even though I loved my job, and I love being over the community college system. I enjoy that. I still love being a professor. I'm an adjunct professor at NC State. I still enjoy that. I see one of my fellow NC Staters around here. I think I saw Dr. Christine Grant's name roll up there. Hello, Patrice. Hello. It says more S worker, social worker. I'm not exactly sure what your name is, but hello. And hello, Twinkle. Welcome. All right. Sharon says I was always so smart in school. And I love school. And I still love school. And I knew very early on that educating people, well, there she is. Hey, Christine, hope you're feeling better. Had a wonderful session with Dr. Grant this week. Got some things, helping her to get some things on track. So watch out for her because she's going to be rolling with gangbusters here. Oh, Yvonne. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Welcome, Yvonne. So while I was at NC State and in corporate America and at the community college system, I knew that there was more that I wanted to do. I knew that there was more in me. And while I loved what I did, because I love leadership. I love leadership in any form or fashion. I'm a good leader. No, let me take that back. And I am not patting myself on the back. I am just saying what my gifts are to the body of Christ. Okay. And I am an exceptional leader. I know how to lead. Okay. I know how to lead. I know how to help people get on board with something that you're doing. I know how to do that. And it is not that it's a skill that I learned. It's just something that God gifted me with. And I have developed that skill over time. Okay. And so in doing that, what I found was that a lot of women specifically, men too, but a lot of women would come to me. Thank you, Twinkle. Would come to me and ask for advice. Now, these were people in the church coming to me asking me for advice. These were people in ministry coming to ask me for advice. These were people in the community colleges. I mean, you have no idea the number of people in community colleges that would call and ask me for advice. And I found that I absolutely loved helping to guide people to and through to get to their next step, to get to that place that God wanted them to be. I absolutely loved it. Okay. And I found that when I was doing that, even though I was leading technology, I was good at that. There are always hiccups in technology. Okay. And even though I was good at that, but I really found great joy when a college would call me and ask me, can you come and do a leadership workshop? Oh my goodness. You would have thought I was in seventh heaven at that point because I just love doing that sort of thing. And so what I found out I was at community college as senior vice president for 15 years. During that time, I was named NC State's Alumni of the Year. I was named North Carolina's Technology Woman of the Year. I was named North Carolina's Chief Information Officer of the Year. So I had a lot of accolades and a lot of different things that went along with that. Hello, Miss Priscilla. Hey, Miss Priscilla, my mom and dad are on here watching too. Okay, so I had a lot of accolades that went along with that. One time, one of the ladies at work says, this is a year of Saundra, because she's getting so many accolades and so much stuff. But I tell you what, those were great. And those accolades and things were given to me. I earned them. All right. And this is one thing that I have learned, that when God blesses you, you need to understand and learn how to talk about the blessings of God. It's not patting yourself on the back. It's not doing that. What it is you're allowing people to know this is how God has blessed you. Okay. This is how God has blessed you. So, but what I learned, even in all that, my greatest joy came from either teaching something, all right, came from either helping and working and supporting people in leadership, helping to guide women in leadership, helping to help people get to their next level, talk about career paths and that sort of thing. And so let me see, I left in 2016. So about 2012, I found this yearning to move away from what I was doing full time. I really wanted to. And then do my passion full time, because my passion is teaching. My passion is leadership. Okay. Those are my passions. I love doing those. And if you've ever spent any amount of time with me, at some point I'm going to start mentoring you or start talking about how you can get to your next level. Okay, it can be in a 2-minute conversation, or it can be in a 20-minute conversation, or a 2-hour conversation. If you're in a 2-hour conversation with me, then there's a lot to say about that, because I don't have like long 2-hour conversations with people, But I'll give you an example. This past week, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I had to look at my calendar over here. Tuesday, Dr. Christine Grant and I, who is already a phenomenal leader in her own, asked me to come over. And she and I worked together on some things. I can't give you all the details of what we worked about because that's confidential. But she and I worked on some things. And when I finished, I was still had a little bit of that stuff going on, that sickness. I had a little cold, something going on. But when I finished, I felt revived. I had to leave there and go to another leadership meeting. And I kept right on going. But I just enjoy that kind of thing. So here's the thing. There was a point where Christine says it was amazing. Thank you. All right. There was a point where when I was working, I got to a point where I love what I was doing now. And I'm sure you're in the same boat. Okay. You really like what you're doing, but there's more. There's more because you get up and go to work every day. But while you're at work, you're thinking about that other thing that you really, really would rather be doing. Okay. Now, I'm not talking like you'd rather be on the beach. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about these things that you would rather be doing in terms of helping someone else. You see, there are times when, I was in meetings and I was thinking about something that I may have had to do that night. Okay. Like I maybe had coaching clients that night, or maybe I was going to do a leadership, or maybe I was preaching somewhere, or maybe I was teaching somewhere. I see a lot of you are resonating with this. Yes, you're at work, but there are other things that you see that you want to do. Well, people come to me, women, because I do not coach men individually. Okay. What I do with men is if a man wants to be in my class, that's fine. But one-on-one coaching, I do not coach men individually. Call me old fashioned, call me whatever you want. That's just Saundra. Okay. I don't do that. All right. And so what I found out, though, is that as I worked with people, there are a lot of women that are working a particular job now, but there are other things that you would rather be doing. There's a passion that you have that you would rather be working your passion, or you'd rather make your passion your profession, but you just don't know how. Okay? You just don't know how. And when I found out how to do it, now let me tell you, I'll be very, very frank with you. Going from passion to passion is your profession full time, and that's what we're going to call it. There's passion, okay? There's passion, and then there's passion is my full time. My passion is my full time profession. It takes work, okay? You may see some things online that says that you can do this in 30 days and you'll be a speaker making, asking for 5 figures in 30 days. Well, let me help you with something. It doesn't happen in 30 days. It can, okay? But you've got to build up to that. So what I want to talk to you about tonight are 2 things. All right. When you see me looking to the side, for those of you that are new, it's because I'm looking at the time here on my computer, making sure I'm trying to stay within the time frame. All right. So I want to give you 2 things tonight. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you why it is that you're working a full-time job and you still have not moved to working or actually making your passion your profession. Okay. Yeah. Our mutual coach talks about this all the time. My coach, Marshawn Evans, she's the one that walked me through this process. Okay. I saw her do it and she makes millions doing this. And I'm like, if she can make millions doing this, and to be very frank with you, there's no big difference between the 2 of us. Now, granted, she's been in the Miss America pageant. She was a runner-up in Miss America. I'm not a Miss America yet. Maybe I'll be Mrs. America one day. But anyway, there were some things that she had. Okay, there were some gifts and some talents that she had. But one thing that she kept telling us over and over again is that her gifts and her talents were what God gave her. But the same gifts and talents that God gave her, he's given me gifts and talents. I need to tap into what they are. I need to do the work that's associated with it. And then if you want to make your passion your profession, do the work that's associated with it, and it can happen. I am a living testimony that it can happen. When I decided to make my passion my profession, when I decided to do coaching and mentoring and training full time, okay, and actually people say I'm in full-time ministry. I am not in full-time ministry, okay? I am still bivocational. Like some of you are in ministry and you work full time, okay? I work full time. I have a professional development firm where I work with women to build themselves and build their vision. And in doing that, I do coaching. I do professional coaching, professional mentoring. Some of you are in some of my programs. Oh, let me say hello to the inner circle. Hello, you guys. Hello, hello. Some of you are my individual clients. That means you pay to have individual time with me. Some of you are in one of my mentoring programs. Some of you are in my coaching programs. I have a new coaching program that's rolling out all around unlocking your abundance. I'm so excited about that because the women that I'm going to train to be coaches are going to be second to none. All right. The coaching program that I have designed for women to learn to be coaches is second to none. I'm not saying anything about anybody else's coaching program, but let me tell you, my coaching program, you're gonna have outcomes that are going to be unbelievable if you do the work. Okay, I'll get on that at the end. Okay, so inner circles in the house. Hello, I see some inner circle people on here. I see Kia, I see Carol, I see Joni. All these are inner circle people, women in the inner circle, and they make an investment, a monthly investment. Okay, to spend time on a monthly basis with me, helping them and working through different areas of their life. So, when I decided that I wanted to do that full time, I began to just kind of track it. My husband actually told me, you need to begin to track what it is that you do so you can teach other women. Now notice, I've never taught on before how to go from your passion to your profession until now. Never taught on it before. And I'm going on 2 years into doing this. Okay. And the reason I'm doing it now is, for a couple of reasons. One of them is I know how to do it. I know how to move from your passion to your profession, and it is how to make your passion your profession. And it is different for every woman. I'm going to tell you, there's some upfront work you've got to do. If you want to do, many women tell me, I want to do what you're doing full time. I want to be able to, and Kathleen, I'm so glad you're here too. Hi, how you doing, Mrs. Bass? Okay. Many people will tell me, many women tell me, I want to do what you're doing full time. Well, let me tell you, it takes work. Okay. And it takes work prior to leaving a job. So let me help you really, really quickly. Okay. Some of you, you may be able to leave the job and boom, tomorrow you're starting in whatever your passion is and you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever. Okay. All right. But it takes work. So before you leave your job, have a strategic plan. Now I'm going to give you two things tonight. Okay. I'm going to tell you the reason why it takes you a long time to move from passion to profession full time. Okay. And then I'm going to give you the things that you need to do, the things that I did and the things that really have worked for me. And these are the things that I'm going to be teaching. All right. I see some other people are joining in. I see Inner Circle. Hello, Della. Hello, Dorothy. How you doing? I see some of my doTERRA clients on here. It's my cousin, Wantia. Hello, hello. How you doing? And Wantia, I hope it's pretty in Florida because it's cold up here. Okay. So, but I'm going to talk to you first of all. All right. Let me see how much time I got. Doing good. Doing good. I'm going to talk to you first of all about the reasons why it is often difficult for you to be able to move from having that working full time with a passion. Because see, you can work full time and have a passion to want to do something else. All right. Now, let me get a gauge before I go into this. Let me get a gauge on here. How many of you are working full time, but there's something else that you want to be doing? Okay. Let me put some ones on the screen while I get a sip of water. Put some ones on the screen. How many of you are working full time, but you know there's something else that you would rather be doing full time? It's a passion you have. Okay, I see some likes going across. Thank you for those. I see people putting the ones up on the screen. Wonderful, wonderful. Me. Donna. All right. All right. Hello, Roxy. Oh, before I forget, I am rocking my Sisters Praying Across the Globe t-shirt. This comes from Ambassadors for Christ. I spoke at their conference, had a remarkable, amazing time down there. Oh, I'm getting all these great ones. I love that. Oh, Christine, I might use that. Help me escape. I'm writing that down. Okay. Yvonne says, I've been working in the school for 30 years, but you're looking forward to a change. And some of you may be ready to retire and you're looking for your next thing that you're working. You know, I got an email earlier this week. I was just reading it to a friend of mine. I got an email earlier this week of someone who had retired, and they said that they planned to retire, but they didn't plan for their life after retirement. Because they had been so busy and they didn't know how to come down and how to handle their own time. Okay. So what I want to give you tonight is two things. First of all, and thank you all for giving me for saying that this is you. I'm talking to the right group tonight. Okay. So I want to give you some reasons as to why it's hard to make the transition. And then I'm going to give you the things that you actually need to do. These are things that I did. Okay. And I want to give these things to you tonight. So first of all, let me give you why it's hard for you to transition, and why even if you try to, because I know some women have tried to transition into full-time, doing their passion as a profession full-time, and they try to transition and they don't make it work, and then they end up going back to working full-time. Nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you why that happens. I need for you to get these, because you get these and you work on what I'm giving you now. Then when I give you the things that I actually did, it'll be a lot simpler and a lot clearer for you. Okay? There are a couple of things here. First of all, one reason, okay? Twink says, I love my job, but drama is not people who are miserable. And you have drama on the job. We all have drama on the job. I agree with that. We all have drama on the job, unless you're working for yourself. And then if you're creating your own drama within yourself, different kind of story. But I totally understand that you have drama on your job and the people can make you miserable. But here's the thing. Even when you're on the job, this is one thing you've got to get. Even when you're on the job, you have to prepare to be an entrepreneur. Okay? Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. Don't let anyone tell you it's easy. All right? My goal is to work January through May, take June, July, and August off, and then work September through Thanksgiving, and that's my work time. Okay? But that means I have to really hit it. Okay? I have to really work. Okay? I really work hard. Okay? And that's my goal. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Let me give you these reasons as to why it's hard for some of you to move. Okay? The first reasons why it's hard is because you lack clarity. You lack clarity in what it is that you want to be doing. Okay. Some of you say, well, you'll get in a multi-level marketing business. You'll get to, and nothing wrong with these multi-level marketings. I love them. I have a multi-level marketing arm to my company. Okay. I do essential oils and I love multi-level marketing. I do it all the time. Okay. But you have to have a strategic plan on how you're going to make six figures in multi-level marketing or in whatever before you get into it. You have to be clear on what it is that you are doing. If you don't have clarity in terms of your goals, if you lack clarity on what it is that you're going to be doing, if you lack clarity on who you're going to be serving, if you lack clarity on what solution you are going to provide, if you get out there too soon and you try to go from passion to profession full time, if you try to do that too soon, okay, without a clear understanding of what it is that you're trying to do, then what will happen is you will get frustrated, you will get upset, you will get angry because you cannot figure out what is it that you are supposed to be doing. You go from this thing to that thing to doing it this way to doing it that way. And I know because I did all that. But here's the thing. I did all that while I was still working full time. By the time I left my job, I was clear on what it is I'm doing, who I'm working with. I don't work with everybody. I don't. It's not that I don't love everybody. Everybody's not ready to be mentored by me. People in the inner circle can tell you, everybody is not ready to be mentored from a professional mentor. Some of you still need to be mentored by people who you'll get mentored and you see them every now and then, that kind of thing. No, when you're in the inner circle, you get held accountable. And I tell you, if you're not going to do the work, then don't join the inner circle. If you're not going to do the work, some of my individual clients can tell you, if you're not going to do the work, then don't waste your time and don't waste mine. Okay? Because I want you to be clear on what it is that you're doing, because if you're going to make the six figures that you're looking for, if you're going to make that, or if you're going to make upper five figures, whatever it is you're going to make, but if my goal is to make six figures over and over and over until we get to the 7-figure mark. Okay, and we're well on our way for that. But you've got to learn and understand that to get there, you've got to be clear on what it is that you are doing. You have to be clear on who is it that you are serving. You have to be clear on what it is that you are a solution for. Okay? If you're not clear, if you lack clarity will keep you in chaos. Somebody needs to write that down on your sheet of paper, write down in the comments or something. That lack of clarity will keep you in chaos. Okay? Remember that. Here's the second thing. Now, you have to understand and most people don't have this, and this is why people go back and forth, going from passion and they feel like they can't leave their job. The second thing is, the first one was lack of clarity. The second reason why you stay at your job too long is because you do not have a roadmap. Lack of roadmap. Okay? You must have a plan. And while you are working full time, take the time when you come home to work on and develop that plan. Okay? Every single company that has started and that has grown and grown and grown, the reason they've grown and grown and grown is because they have a business plan. Now, I'm not even talking about a business plan, because to be honest with you, I have never written a business plan for what I do. I have never written a business plan for what I do. The reason business plans, you need a business plan if you're going to go to the bank for money. Okay? I didn't have to go to the bank for money. My husband funded my business up front. Okay? And now my business runs itself. It funds itself. Okay? He doesn't have to fund it anymore. Now it's a part of our household income. Okay? So, but if you're going to the bank and asking for money, yes, you have to have a business plan, and you need to go to somewhere like the Women's Center or a business center at one of the community colleges and get them to help you write a business plan. I have not written a business plan. I don't intend to write one in this season, because what I'm doing in this season doesn't require a business plan. All right. But you have to have what I call it a roadmap. And your roadmap may be a business plan. For me, my roadmap was a strategic plan and how I was going to move forward. okay? How I was going to move forward. Christine, you calling Dennis First National Bank? Okay, that was the roadmap. But if you're not clear and you don't have a roadmap, then you are not, that's true, you got that right. The First National Bank of Dennis, the terms are not easy because my husband stayed on me about his money, okay, about our money, okay, because I worked hard for 15 years, and because I worked hard for 15 years, all right, or that during that time, but we also saved. And that's another part of it. As a matter of fact, that's number 3, okay? You've got to have your finances in order. I'm not saying get completely out of debt. That's part of having your finances in order. Not going to talk about that tonight. But you have to have your finances in order, because if you don't have your finances in order, there's no way that you're going to have a business finance in order. That's why I don't do them. Dennis does that, okay, for us. But one of the things that we had to do, I had to get clarity. Now, these are things where I'm telling you right now, these are the things that I know that if you don't have and you try to step out there, you're going and try to do your passion full time, all right, make it your profession. If you do that, then you're going to run into some issues. Lack of clarity will make you run into some issues. Okay, I'm just trying to get this. There we go. Lack of clarity will make you run into some issues. Lack of a roadmap, a plan, will make you run into some issues. Lack of not having your finances in order, okay? Okay, now I'm not saying lack of finances. I'm saying not having your finances in order. It's a difference, okay? If you don't have a budget for your household, how are you going to do a budget for your business, okay? Now, although I don't do the money for our business, I know every dime that comes in. I know the amount of money I need every month. I know the amount of money that needs to come in every month to meet the goal that we want to meet in our household just for my company. And that's just for this piece. Because I have other goals for my doTERRA. I have goals for that. I have money goals for everything. If you're in a business, you don't have money goals, then there's a problem. You have a hobby. Okay. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is so many people tell me they want to go to the next level. Well, if you want to do what I do, and you got to understand what I did. Now, keep in mind, let me tell you, keep in mind, there was a lot of prayer, a lot of fasting. When I told my intercessors what I was doing, they immediately began to pray. All right. But I asked my intercessors to pray for things like, make sure we have our finances intact. Ask that God give us clarity on what it is that I'm getting ready to step into. I asked my intercessors to pray that I would get the right guidance. Because here's the thing about not having a roadmap. The reason that most of you don't have a roadmap is because you're asking people who have never done this. Whenever you step out, you have to work with someone who has done what you are trying to do. You have to. You have to ask and step out. Whoever you get. The lady that I work with, okay, my mentor, I have several, okay. I have my business mentor, and let me tell you, she's paid. My ministry mentor, all right, and I'm always doing things with her, always, all right. She and I go back and forth of doing things at her church all the time, all right. I have another mentor who help me with specific things. I pay for her classes. Here's the thing. You're not going to get a valuable roadmap unless you work with someone and you work with them one-on-one and it's in a coaching environment, okay? Because mentors, here's the thing, I really need you to get the understanding of this. Mentors may or may not be able to do a roadmap for you, depending on what you're asking them, okay? Now, in the inner circle, it's going to take us a while because it takes so long, all right, to do these sorts of things, but we're going to be developing that. The inner circle is going to be developing some things. All right. They got to define some things first. And I'm not going to go into that. That's the inner circle. I got to tell them that, not you guys. Sorry. But we're going to be working through some in the inner circle. You say, well, Dr. Saundra, I'm not in the inner circle. Well, I have a class coming up. Okay. I have a webinar coming up on how you can work with me in terms of unlocking your abundance. Okay. The inner circle is going to be doing it for the inner circle. It's going to be a little bit different for them. But if you want to fast track it and unlock your abundance, then watch for that webinar. And after that, we're going to be working with women individually. Working with women in terms of their coaching practice and things like that. Because I'm going to tell you, here's the thing. Everybody wants to go to the next level. Everybody wants to get to the next level, but you've got to understand where you are unclear before you can get there. Okay. Della says, how do we get the roadmap? Through coaching and through mentoring. You're not going to get it any other way. Well, let me take that back. You can get a roadmap by going through and messing up and making mistakes. And my thing is, when I left, I was 52 years old. I did not want to take the time to make mistakes. And my mom and daddy always taught me, if somebody else has already been down the road and told you that there's a bump in the road that can mess up your car, don't go flying down the road. They tell you that. But yet you go flying down the road anyway, hit the bump and mess up your car. You mess it up on your own. Okay? So here's the thing. Coaches and mentors help you from messing up your car. They help you design a roadmap. Okay? And I would say more coaches and mentors. They just depend on. I'm a coach and a mentor because I can do both. Not everybody can do both. I can do both because of my background, because of the leadership ability that I have. Again, that's part of what I do. All right? Yes, Ivana, you know my parents too, right? They are great parents. And they're on here tonight. I got to say hey to them again. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Okay. All right. Dad, you know you can comment. Look, Dad, I want you to type, hey, Saundra. Okay, so I know that you're still listening to me because I know my daddy and my mama are watching this. All right. All right. After 50. That's right. Roxy says that after 50, missteps can be fatal. Okay. And they can. So that's why, and I'm not saying this for you to hire me or for you to get in my programs. I'm saying that if you are going and you want to make your passion your profession, you've got to have a roadmap and you've got to have somebody to help you with it. And if you have to pay that person, then you need to get ready to pay them. That's just the way it is. That's the industry that we're in now. You can go all through Facebook and every time you turn around, somebody's selling a class or something. Okay. Now I will tell you, when I'm rolling out my coach training and the training that I'm doing, it's going to be different. It's going to be different because I don't want to roll out coaches as usual. I don't want somebody to say that I was trained as a coach by Saundra Williams and I didn't get anything. No, you're going to get something if you do the work. If you do the work. Okay. So now we talked about you have lack of clarity, lack of a roadmap. You don't have your finances in order. 2 more things, and then we're going to go to the other part. All right. Lack of action. You've got to be willing to take action, y'all. And I know, here's the thing, and I know this because I've been there. I know that when you come home at night, you are tired. I know that. I know that when you come home at night from working all day and you finish helping the kids with homework and you've been to the ball game and you got to come back from the ball game and get homework done or come back from the ball game and come cook food, or I know all those things because I've been there. Still doing it. Okay, my son's in high school. All right, I get up every morning, fix him breakfast, and then just keep going right on going. I know how that is. I know how difficult that is because I've been there. I've been there when I've had to work all day, go to meetings at night, and then go to games, help with homework, do church work, do ministry work, do all the other things that I was involved in. I've been there. But here's the thing. At some point, you have to make up in your mind that you are going to take action on what it is that you desire to do. Because if you don't, you're going to keep going around and around and around in a circle. You're going to keep going around and around and around in a circle. Okay? That's just the way it works. That's just the way it is. If you're not clear, if you don't have that roadmap, if you don't have your finances in order, and if you don't take some action, you will not get to the point where your passion becomes your profession full time. Okay? Hey, Lady Jazz, how are you? How are you? Okay? You will not get to, I'm not trying to be ugly on tonight. What I'm trying to do is I want each and every one of you that has that desire. I really want you to move forward. I have that desire to just really push you. All right? But here's the thing. Oh, Dr. Grant says, can you mention how to say no to ministry without folk making you feel guilty? Yes, I'm going to tell you, ministry is wonderful. All right, ministry is wonderful. Like I said, I don't do full-time ministry. I do a lot of ministry, but what I do is not, what my full-time job is not ministry. Okay, now, am I a minister? Yes, I'm ministering all the time. Okay, all right, because of my business has a biblical foundation. That's just the way it is. Okay, but am I at the church, a full-time worker at the church? No, I am not. Okay, all right. So, but when I say no, I don't feel guilty to saying no, and I don't feel guilty to saying no because, all right, as Roberta says, yes, you just say no. I don't feel guilty saying no because I know what my giftings and my callings are. And if I am not going to be effective in it, I am not going to allow someone else to make me frustrated. Okay? Because if I say yes to something, that means, and I feel pressured into saying yes, then that means I've allowed you to make me feel frustrated. And I don't do that. Now, some of you, if you're not in that place, you're not in that place. I'm 54 years old, and I'll say no in a heartbeat. Okay? The only people I probably will not say yes to are probably about 4 or 5 folks. I can count them on one hand. You know, my mom, my dad, my husband, my son, my brother, my nephew, my nieces and nephews. I don't say no to them that often. Okay? But they don't ask me for crazy stuff either. Okay? They don't ask me. They don't ask me to make the kinds of choices where I have to feel guilty about saying no. Okay? The people that love you aren't going to do that. All right, that's a whole, you know what, maybe I'll just do a session one night on how to say no. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Okay, how to say no. That is a good impact. That's a good impact. Okay, Roberta says, stand in the mirror and practice saying no. Okay, you may have to. All right, so now you've got to take action. You've got to stop saying, I'm gonna go back to school when this is right. I'm gonna go do this when this is set up right. When I get enough money. When I can go back to school. You know what? You're going to say that over and over and never take any action. That's just the way it's going to be. You're going to keep doing it over and over, and you're not going to take any action. And then you're going to get to a point in your life where you're just looking like, I am 50 years old, and I've not accomplished any of the things that I wanted to accomplish. For me. Now, some of you, I will tell you, some of you, you have wonderful children, and your children are your accomplishments. That's wonderful. I love that. My son is one of my accomplishments. Just one of my accomplishments. Okay? My son is just my marriage is one of my accomplishments. My husband and I will be married 28 years this year. That takes a lot of work too. All right. 28 years this year. This is one of my accomplishments. But who I am, how I have built me, how God has allowed me to build me. Okay. I will go and take actions and go to courses. I will take actions and hire coaches that I need to learn and to grow in different areas. I will build me. I'm going to take the action. Okay. If you don't take the action, nothing is going to happen. Okay. Because, we had a guest pastor at church today, and he talked about how the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. Stop blaming everybody else for why you haven't taken action on your passion. Now, if you're working full time, you got to do it in baby steps. No ifs or ands or buts around that. Okay? Because when you're working from 8 to 5, that 8 to 5 belongs to somebody else. It does not belong to you. Let me make sure you understand that. Okay? That 8 to 5 belongs to someone else. It does not belong to you. And the Bible says that when you're working for Caesar, that you work as unto Caesar. Or you work for Caesar, but work as unto the Lord. I think is how it says. Okay? So you have to do somebody else's work. You can't be on your job and doing your second job at the same time. You get fired for that. If you work for me, you get fired for that. I mean, really, you would. You really would. All right? So here's the thing. So make sure that while you are on your job, while you are working, that you get clear, that you develop a roadmap, that you get your finances in order, and that you take some action. And here's the last one. Make sure that you have support. Now, these are all things that I made sure were in place before I stepped out. Okay? Before I stepped out. Someone had to work with me to do these, because I didn't know to do these kind of things. I didn't know to do this. Someone had to work with me. So if you want to make your passion your profession, and you want that profession to be full time, then you've got to be clear. All right. You've got to have a roadmap. You must have your finances in order. You must take action. And the last one is that the reason a lot of people flip back and forth is because they lack support. You must have support. Okay. Let me say it again. You must have support. I'm not telling you to have support because I do that for a living. Okay. I'm not telling you that. I am very specific in the kinds of things, the kinds of people that I work with now, in terms of, I still got a little bit of that cold going on, y'all. I'm very specific in the people that I work with. I work with women now, I'm very clear, who are Christian women who desire to be coaches, and I help them to develop their coaching program. Now I will tell you something. If you are an author and you're wondering what else can I do with my book, you need to be involved in my program. And my programs are an investment. Let me tell you that. They're an investment in you. I invested in me. You should invest in yourself if you want to take what you're doing to the next level. Now, that's why I say your finances got to be in order. Okay? Your finances have to be in order, because one of the things that we talk about is budgeting. You have to have your finances in order so that you can invest in yourself. Now, the inner circle is $29 per month. And for some people, they're paying that $29 a month. They love it. They're getting out of it what they need to get out of it. Some people have told me they're getting more out of it than they need to get out of it. And it's great. And there are other levels that people can get in to work with me. Working with me one-on-one, believe me, is not $29 a month. It's a whole lot more than that. Because I'm devoted to you. I'm not working with anybody else but you during that time. Okay? Some of you need that level of support. Some of you need a level of support that's at the inner circle. Okay? Where you're in a group session. And that works well. Okay? We just up the inner circle to, not up it in terms of price, but up the inner circle in terms of my interaction. Okay? Because in the inner circle, I was only doing one set of office hours. Now I'm doing 2 sets of office hours, which means they'll get 3 live sessions, where before they were only getting, I think it was two. Okay. That means a lot. The live sessions in the inner circle, you gain. I'm not saying this because I'm doing it. I'm saying it because it's true. And again, the inner circle is not made for everybody. I have individual clients that I'm helping them to map. I think someone asked earlier, how do I get the roadmap? You get a roadmap when you're working with me individually. Okay? You work with me individually and we help develop that roadmap. One of my clients is on here, I think Kia's on here. I think I saw her name go by earlier, and we're developing a roadmap for her. And Kia went from not having a roadmap. Kia went from not having a roadmap to blast off. Okay, to blast off. She's got a TV commercial out there. She's on Facebook Live. She has her own practice now, and it is just the way it is. You know, but she works, and she's not the only one. She's not the only one. There are others of you out there. Dr. Tiffany Lopane, Dr. Christine Grant. These are all people who have said, you know what? I'm going to do the things that I need to do, and I'm going to move forward. But here's the key, y'all. I can't say this over and enough of this, is that you must do the work. And if you can't afford to be able to work your passion full time, all right, make your passion your profession full time. If you can't do that yet, then while you are working, get clear on exactly who you're serving, who it is that you're doing this for. If it's ministry, understand that you're not called to serve everybody. Okay, we just did a whole lesson on that in the inner circle. Women kill me saying I'm called to women. Called to women to do what? Called to what kind of women? Now, I don't mean black or white. I'm talking about called to women who have issues with what? We went through that, okay? in the inner circle. We're going to go through it some more. Okay, because you've got to understand, you've got to be clear on every aspect of what you are doing. If you're not clear, okay, if you're not clear, then you're going to be in chaos. That's just the way it works. It's just the way it is. You got to be clear. You've got to have a roadmap. You've got to know what are the things that you need to be doing. Okay, you get those from somebody who has been there. You've got to have your finances in order. Kimberly Hines Winborn, I still need to talk to you. All right, still got to talk to you. All right, I don't think you're on here tonight, but I know you're going to listen to the replay. So I need to talk to you about financial fitness for the inner circle. Okay, I need to talk to you about financial fitness for the inner circle. Okay, so you need to be clear. You need to have that clarity. You need to have a roadmap. You need to have your finances in order. You need to take action. And then you need to have that support. Okay? Now, and believe it or not, it's 9:50. And I still got to give you the things that I did. Okay? Everybody got those 5. Those are the 5 things that you need to be doing while you, you know what, let me stop there. I'm not going to go to these right here. I may do these later in the week because I really want to make sure that you understand what you need to be doing while you are working. Okay? While you are on your job. Let me say that again. While you are on your job, get clear. Okay? Get clear about who you're serving. Get clear about how you're serving them. Get clear about what you're going to be doing for them. Before I left my job, I knew that I was going to be working with new and emerging and seasoned leaders. I knew that. And I knew I was going to be helping them to build themselves and build their vision. Helping them create a roadmap for their vision. Okay? And that's what I do. That's what I do. I do it either in group settings like the inner circle. Right now we're working on building us. All right? And then we're working on build the vision. Okay? Or I do it in a smaller group, as in a course, and I have a course coming out, or I do it one-on-one, okay? And again, the more people is involved, the lower the investment, all right? Keep in mind, if you're taking a class from me, some of you have had classes from me, some of you have been in my retreats, and you know it is packed. It is packed full of information, and it's not just shelf knowledge. If you take it and if you do it. I was looking at one of my clients, Michelle Jones Edelin. Some of you know her. Michelle and I went to college together. I've known her for years, okay? I've known her for years. But she came through my Vision Building Women retreat, and now she's actually having her own events, and she's going now from city to city, okay? She's doing what I think is a 4-city tour, okay, on flow and excellence. And I remember when flow and excellence was a notion. Okay? And she's still working her job, but she's taken the time to do the work. She got clear. Okay? We helped her build a roadmap. Oh, and in there, she also wrote a book. Forgot about that part. She also wrote a book. Okay? So she got clear. She knows who her audience is. She knows how she serves them. She knows what she does for them. Okay? You've got to get clear on this. And again, getting clear is something that someone helps you with. And I'm telling you this, not so that you can work with me necessarily, but I'm telling you this because stop spinning your wheels. Okay? Stop spinning your wheels trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. Figure out what your gifts are and how you best help people. Lady Jazz says, what about being self-employed and the boss? Yeah, if you're self-employed and you're the boss, then you definitely need a roadmap. You definitely need to figure out, Lady Jazz, where is it that you want to be going? Where is it and how do you want to get there? Okay. And I'm going to tell you, Lady Jazz, I cannot wait for you and I to get together because after I had a conversation, you and I had like 40-minute conversation because I'm going to be speaking at your conference. And those of you that don't know, Lady Jazz has a conference coming up. I believe it's April 27, 29 through 29. I'm not exactly sure. I'm one of the speakers. It's going to be a phenomenal weekend. But Lady Jazz, I just saw so many ways of avenues for you to move forward in terms of bringing in income. We'll talk about that when I see you, though. Okay? All right? And Roberta says, you're the solution for the people on this session. Yeah, I mean, for coaching, yeah, I mean, I've coached Roberta, but here's the thing. Roberta has coached me. All right? Roberta has been my marketing coach. She showed me how to do different things, even something as simple as how to get this lighting right. All right? How to get this lighting right. Okay? So, y'all, you've got to be clear. Get clear on what it is that you want to do. And clarity can take time. Clarity can take time. That's the reason why I tell people, I say, if you're going to do multi-level marketing, okay, if you're going to do multi-level marketing, I love it. Like I said, I have one. I have my essential oils. I love them. I market them in different places. I'm getting ready to go speak somewhere and they'll be out there, okay, kind of thing, because I'm kind of weaving it into my speech, okay. But I learned from the women who are making millions, and there are, believe it or not, women that are making millions doing essential oils. I learned from them, what did they do? I have the physician who brought me in, okay. I'm actually under her. I meet with her every single week. She and I meet every single week, and she keeps me on target, and she holds me accountable for what I am supposed to be doing in my essential oil business. Okay? And I will tell you, I'm very clear with her on what I'm going to be doing, and she's very clear with me on holding me accountable. Ladies, you got to have clarity. Ladies, you got to have a roadmap. You must have a roadmap. And these are things that you can do while you're still working. And you're thinking, well, Dr. Saundra, let me give you this bit of information. I'm going to give you this real quick. This is something we did in the inner circle. I'm getting ready to give it to you tonight for free. All right? In the inner circle, we took the time to map out when we can spend time working on our vision. We literally got calendars out. Calendars like, calendars, your appointment calendars, what I'm trying to say. We literally got out appointment calendars, and I showed them how you find the time, because the first thing people tell me is, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to start a business. I don't have time to go back to school. I don't have, okay? We found the time, and they marked off the time to be able to find the places on their calendar, literally, where they're going to be working on their vision. Okay? They're literally going to do that. Roberta says, I'll help you create. I will. That's part of my business. I help create roadmaps. All right? So, but they found that time. But here's the thing. They invested in themselves, and they took the time to do it. I was working with a young lady who is out of Charlotte, and I'll never forget the time we were working together, and she said, I've got Bible study this night, and I wasn't going to interrupt that. No. But there were 3 days, I think it was Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, that she could work on her vision. And so Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that's what she did. She called me back, and she and I have been working through some things, and recently I talked to her. I think she may be on here now, and I didn't get her permission to use her name, so I'm not going to do that. But she called me back, and she says, you and I talked about career and me doing kind of career placement, and I'm not sure if I want to do that now. I want to work on something specific. And I told her, you're still doing career. What you've done is you clarified even further who you're going to do it with. Now, this woman is working full time. But don't waste your time. Don't waste your full-time time saying what you can't do. Use the time that you have to get clear. Get a roadmap. Get your finances in order. Take action and get support. Those 5 things. Those are the things that I did. I'm so passionate about this, y'all, because you guys, there are so many people out there that are waiting on you. There are people out there that are waiting for you to help them. They are. They're waiting on you to help them. They're waiting on you to open whatever business. They're waiting on you to support them. And whatever way that you're going to support them. They're waiting on you to write your book and put a coaching. I'm going to tell you, if you are an author, let me help you. If you're an author and you don't have a class or a coaching program with your book, then you're not doing it right. Okay? My coaches, all right, things are going by so fast I can't even see. Okay, I can't even see what's going on. There's so many comments going by, I can't even see them all now. Okay, the people that are going to be going through my coaching program, let me tell you, they're going to be, now, I'm not going to make you write your book, but I'm going to make you outline your book. You will outline your book. You will have your coaching program. You will know who your audience is. You will get your finances in order. Okay? Now, I know that if you're married, you can't get your finances in order in isolation. Let me say that again. If you are married, you cannot get your finances in order without your husband. Now, that's just the way I roll. It's just the way I roll, okay? All right, nothing happens in this house financially, okay, without Dennis Williams knowing about it. Again, that's just the way I roll, okay? So here's the thing. But in the coaching program that we're getting ready to roll out, for those of you that want to be certified as coaches, it's going to be more than just a coach certification program, okay? If you want to become an author, you can. Now, there's some more expense on that side, and I'll talk about all that. I'm not going to talk about that here, but because I'm not a book publisher, and I'm not going to publish your book. But can I help you outline the chapters in that book? Can I help you take that book and turn that book into a coaching program? Yes, I've done it, okay? I've rolled out The Ministry Within. Where's my book? The Ministry Within has a coaching program with it. Yes, it does. Okay? The Ministry Within, how much is this book? It's $10. It's $14.99 if you buy it offline, but it's $10 if you buy it, if you get it if I'm with you. Okay? The coaching program, or the 3-day retreat, put it this way, the 3-day retreat that goes with The Ministry Within is $6.95, and that does not include your hotel and travel. Okay? I'm telling you, ladies, there's a way to take your gifting. There's a way to take what's inside of you and live and have that abundance that you've been looking for. There's a way to do that. But you've got to unlock your, I call this whole thing unlocking your abundance, or unlock your abundance. But you can't unlock your abundance until you're doing these things right now. Now, of course, we help you to do that. That is getting clear. That is getting that roadmap. That is getting your finances in order. That is taking action, and that is getting that support. Okay? You have got to be willing to do those things. And some of those you need to be doing while you are working. You don't have to say, if you say, I can't quit my job, all right? I can't quit my job. So, because I can't quit my job, then I can't do this. Yes, you can. You just can't do it as fast. You just can't do it as fast. All right? It took me, I started my company 4 years before I stepped out on my own. 4 years. I started my company in 2012. I stepped out in 2016. Now, I'm not saying it will take you that long. It took me that long, because it took me a little time to walk away. Because I really love what I was doing. I did. Okay? So, you've got to decide. You've got to decide. And here's the thing that I challenge each of you with. Pick a day. Pick a day in the future that this is a day that I want to walk away. This is a day. The only thing that I didn't do that I wish I would have done, I had this vision of having a whole bunch of people outside when I walked away from my job, cheering me on and yeah, go Saundra, you're doing it. I had this vision of that. Okay, that's what I had a vision of. That didn't happen because I didn't push it. I remember driving away. It was a bittersweet day. I actually did a Facebook Live. Had the community colleges sign in the background. And I remember driving away and saying, my life is changing. And I remember coming down Capitol Boulevard, for those of you that are from Raleigh. I was coming down from downtown, down Capitol Boulevard. I was going around the curve. And then I get to right there at Capitol where, those of you that are from here don't know what I'm talking about, but I got off where the Beltline is, where you can get off Capitol Boulevard onto the Beltline. I got right there, and God spoke to me and said, those 15 years of preparation have now catapulted you into what I have for you from now on. Some of you don't realize that your dream, your passion, your vision, your whatever you want to call it, you don't realize that where you are now is all preparation for that. Where you are now is all preparation for what it is and where you want to go. Don't waste where you are. Use the time where you are to learn and to grow. If you're retired, then take everything that you've learned over the past 20, 30 years and Push it into where you want to go, but get clear. Get a roadmap. All right. Get your finances in order. All right. Take some action and get some support. Those are the things. Those are the 5 things that I did before I stepped out. Before I stepped out. So you've got to do those things. If you're not if you come home every night and say, I'm tired. Can't do it. I'm too tired. You come home every night and say that, well, let me help you. I'm not the right coach. The people I coach and the people I mentor, I realize they're tired, but I still give them the work because they have a choice as to whether they want to do it or not. But my thing is, you do the work, you move forward in how you want to move. That's what my coaches do to me all the time. My ministry mentor, Dr. Shirley Brown, she asked me years ago, she said to me years ago, Saundra, I want you to begin to develop a teacher training program for people that want to teach the word. I said, sure, Dr. Brown. Sure, I got you. I never did it. In October of last year, she says to me, Saundra, I want you to do a program for the people at my church, okay? And it's going to be around teaching the word. I said, okay. She says, I'm going to have my director of my elder of Christian education talk to you, and you all will get it together. Okay. I said, okay, sure. So I had a meeting with her elder of Christian education, and I had a meeting with, this was 3 people, me, her elder of Christian education, and her elder of her elders, a person who's over elders and ministers at her church. And we designed this program. We mapped it all out, got the dates, got everything going. So I called Dr. Brown, maybe it wasn't the next day, maybe the day after or something like that. Told her that we had met, told her how excited I was, how this was great. And you know what she said to me? That was the only way I was going to get you to take action on what I saw you doing. Some of you need the push. See, she knew that I had a heart for and the gifting for teaching teachers to teach God's word. That's just one of the things that I've done. Okay. She knew that. In order for me to do it, she said, I want you to do it for me. And I did. And oh my goodness, it's just been so powerful. If you're in it, some of you on here are in it at her church, and it's just been so powerful. Okay. And we're trying to figure out how we're going to do it again, because it's taking a while to get it done. Yes, there's Patrice. Patrice Horton is in there. She's in that class. And it is so wonderful. But here's the thing. I did that in the midst of all my other work. There are things that you've been wanting to do, but you've let your job being an excuse. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet there. All right? You have let your job be an excuse as to why you have not stepped out and at least started the process. While you're working, while you are working a 9 to 5, take the time that you have at night or get up early in the morning and spend time getting clear. Spend time building that roadmap. Spend time getting your finances in order. Spend time taking some action. Spend time getting some support. These are things that I did while I was working, so that I started 4 years ahead. It took me that long because of the time frame that I had to work with. I didn't have a lot of time at night. Okay? Because I still had to go to basketball games. I still had to go to PTA meetings. I still had to be a wife. I still had church stuff to do. I was still preaching and teaching, preparing sermons. I was still doing all that. And I went back to divinity school at Regent University. Took me 4 years to complete that too. All that I did. But I mapped out the time to do it. When I was in divinity school, I didn't do anything else. I was a wife, a mom, and I went to divinity school. That was it. I did a little bit. The church stuff that I did and the teach stuff that I did, they were all a part of, I made them all divinity school projects. I have one of my clients who's working full time, going back to school, and we were talking about her dissertation, and she says, when am I going to have time to do this? I said, girl, find someone on your job to be that dissertation. And we worked through that. And now what she's getting ready to do? Defend. She's getting ready to be Dr. So-and-so. See, you can't tell people. People that haven't been through that kind of process can't help you through it. The reason I'm telling you this tonight is because so many of you want to move forward. This is truly on my heart. I should have named tonight Speaking from the Heart, one of those heart kind of things, because it's been on my heart, because I see so many of you not living up to your full potential. You're not living up to your full potential because there's so much you want to do, but you make excuses as to why you can't do it. Remember, work what you want to do into your life. Work what you want to do. Work what God is calling you to do into your life. Oh, it's 10:09. All right? But take the time to get clear. Take the time to help to get that roadmap built. All right? Take the time to get your finances in order. And I'm going to say it one more time. Kimberly Hines-Winborn, I need to talk to you because we need to do financial fitness for the inner circle. Okay? I want to do financial fitness for the inner circle. Kimberly Hines-Winborn. All right? So I know you're going to watch the replay. So call me. All right? Got to do that. Take the time to take action. Take the time to get support. Look at what you need and figure out, how do I get it done? If you only have 2 hours every week that you can devote to what you want, what your passion is, okay, then take the 2 hours and devote it to your passion. Stop using the 2 hours complaining about why you can't do your passion, and take the 2 hours to do your passion. I got to talk slowly, y'all, because I actually have all these transcribed, and the transcriber that I use sent me something, and it was kind of gibberish because I was talking so fast. It looked like he was typing in tongues or something. Okay. But here's the thing. All right, y'all, this is just on my heart because I know that there are people out there that need what you have. There are people out there that need, thank you so much, Marcita. Thank you so much. Okay. There are people out there that need what you have. And I can be your coach. All right. Yes, that's great, Della. Use your lunch hour to work. Okay. Instead of using your lunch hour to go talk about somebody, I agree with Della. Okay. And Della, I'm glad we got it right because we got the time. Della's on a different time zone. I think we got the time zones right tonight. Yay. Okay. All right. But use your lunch hour to work. There was a young lady that I used to work with at community colleges, and she would always leave during lunch hour, and she would come back. And every single time I would look at her, and I'm not going to give you her name, but I would look and say, where is she going? What is she doing? But you know what I found out? That young lady has four multi-level marketing businesses. All of them, she hits 5 and 6 figures. But she still works full time. Yes, she does. She hasn't decided she wants to leave yet, but she has 4, and one of them is the pink Cadillac, and the pink Cadillac is parked in her yard. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I started to watch her, and I started to utilize my time like she did. There were so many people who wanted my time. I said, no. My time during lunchtime is my time. Let me have a break. Okay, give me a break. Okay? Even if it was 30 minutes or if it was an hour, it really didn't matter. I took that time, and whatever time I had. So you all, ladies, I'm going to say this one more time, and then we're going to end for the evening. All right? And that is, get clear. While you are working, you know what your passion is. But if you want that passion to be your profession full time, then get clear. Get some clarity on who you're serving, what you're going to do for them, and how you're the solution to their problem. The second thing is you've got to get a roadmap. Your roadmap may be a business plan. Your roadmap may be a strategic plan. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're going to the bank for money, you need a business plan. That's just the way they roll. Okay? If you're not, then you may need a strategic plan. The third piece is get your finances in order. Okay? In the inner circle, we're going to be doing financial fitness. That's an actual program we're actually going to have within the inner circle. Okay, we're actually going to do that inside the inner circle. It's called financial fitness. All right? And don't join the inner circle just for that, because the inner circle is a bigger picture than that. All right? So don't do that. Okay? The people you can join the inner circle, but don't join it just for the financial fitness piece, is what I'm saying, because there's so much more to it than that. All right? And then make sure that you take action while you're working. Use your time wisely. Take some action. Look at the amount of time that you have after work and ask yourself, what can I be doing in this time? But that goes back to your roadmap. Once you get your roadmap built, then you know the action you need to take. All right? And then finally, get the right support. Y'all, if someone hasn't done it before, they can give you encouragement, but they can't help you much more than that. Okay? Like I said, I have one coach who I had someone listening to her, and I said, give her 30 seconds and watch her cuss. But you know what? Now, I'm a minister. She respects me greatly. She does. She respects me. But I let her be her, and I'm me. And the information that she has, she is the best that I've seen in the business. She's the best that I've seen in the business. And I will go to her with whatever I need in terms of like emails sending out and all the different things that I do, because there's so much involved in this. Okay. What you see is me getting on Facebook Live. That's what you see. You see me getting on Facebook Live, and that's the easy part. Because I love preparing this information for you guys. Y'all give me about 5 more minutes, okay? We're going to go about 5 minutes over tonight, okay? All right? Because I really want you guys to really grasp this. I don't want you struggling anymore with, why can't I do my passion full time? Why can't I do it? It's because you got to get clear. You got to get that roadmap. You got to get your finances in order. You got to take action, and you must get support, okay? And sometimes the support that you need, the person may or may not look like you, okay? May or may not act like you, all right? Because I'm getting support from people who I would have never ever thought that would be a part of my team. But they're following my vision. They love what I do. I'm supporting them in certain ways, and they support me. Now, believe me, there's money exchanging hands in both ways, okay? All right? And here's the thing. If you want to make $100,000, or let's say 6 figures. I won't even say 100,000. If you want to make 6 figures, then deal with someone who already has done that. That can show you for real. These people that get on Facebook talking about that how you can make $100,000 in a weekend. I'm not going to say it's not true. But I'm going to tell you, there was a whole lot of work went into that before that weekend got there. Okay? I will tell you that. Now, ladies, for those of you that are in the inner circle, you know I love y'all. Mwah. Welcome, welcome. We are starting Unlock Your Abundance this week. Okay, we're going to be starting Unlock Your Abundance this week, so get ready. For those of you that are interested in being a coach, actually a coach mentor is what I'm really teaching. My program is going to be Coach Mentor. I am running the beta. I had a lot of y'all that were interested. A lot of you all sent me your email address, and then I got sick. Okay, literally I got sick and couldn't respond. And so now we're working on that and getting those responses ready for you all to get that out to you all. Okay, we're also going to have I'm going to have a Speakers Academy. All right, a Speakers Academy coming up. And the Speakers Academy is this: how to be able to speak in the church and in the corporation at the same time. Because I know how to do that too. You don't have very many ministers that get called to be the speaker. I just got a call the other week. And in April, I'll be traveling. I'm so excited about this because in April, I'll be traveling to Orlando, Florida, and I will be speaking to the American Association for, how do you say it, obstetricians and gynecologists or something like that. I can't think of it. I get it wrong. But anyway, it's a whole bunch of OBGYNs in one room. Okay, about 2,000 people. And they'd asked me to be one of the keynote speakers for that. Come on. I can speak in the boardroom. I can speak in a corporation. And I can preach like I did this past weekend in Wilmington, North Carolina. All right? But that's the kind of Speakers Academy that I'm going to have. Everybody can't do that. Yes, I can be full of the anointing and Holy Spirit, whether I'm teaching and preaching in the church or whether I'm in front of a corporation or somebody else's conference. That kind of Speakers Academy is what I'm going to be running. Everybody can't do that. You know, for a long time, and Roberta, I thank you for this. For a long time, I held my gifts because I thought I had to be one or the other. I thought that I couldn't be a minister and then work in corporations and help people in corporations and speak at different conferences. I thought that I couldn't do both of those at the same time. And then I think it was you, Roberta. Roberta said, your gifts are a well-rounded package of you. Okay? Those are all your gifts. And then I remember hearing someone else say that whatever God made you is how he wants the gift distributed to the world. So if God gave, because God gave me all the gifts that he's given me, because he's given me the ability to speak in different places, to coach and to teach and to mentor, then that's what I do. So ask yourself, what are the gifts that you have? What's inside of you that you can help other people with? All right. Now, here's the thing, what I want you to be able to do. While you're at work, 9 to 5, not while you're at work, but while you're working, take the time to get clear, to develop a roadmap, to work on your finances, to determine what action you're going to take based on your roadmap, okay, and to get support. If you need to talk to me about that, we can talk, but I will tell you, working with me is an investment. People will tell you that. But you get what you pay for, okay? Working with me is an investment, but you get what you pay for, all right? Yes, the Speakers Academy. I'm excited about the Coaching Academy and the Speakers Academy. I am so excited about those two things because I'm taking it to a new level. God, I'm literally, y'all, I'm going to tell you something about God. God spoke to me and said that we've got to take what we do to a new level. And I will tell you how he confirmed it. He confirmed it when my ministry mentor called me and told me she was going to the United Nations. That they call her. She's one of the few ministers that they are asking to go to the United Nations to speak at a women's conference, to be on a panel or something. I don't know all the details of it. To speak. As a matter of fact, I think she's leaving this week to speak at the UN. Come on, y'all. You can't tell me that you can't be an anointed holy woman of God and do what you need to do in the different places that you need to do it in. You just need to be trained and be supported in how to do it. I am so excited about tonight. I hope tonight helped you. For those of you that are looking to turn your passion, I hope you weren't looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of thing. Because I'm telling you, while I was working, I got clear. I built a roadmap. My husband made sure we had our finances in order. I took action and I got support. Those are the 5 things that I did. Okay? And you can do the same exact thing. You can do the same exact thing. You just got to decide, make a decision that you're going to do it. You've got to decide that. Once you make that decision and you start stepping out and doing it, boom, you will watch it happen. It will watch it happen. Yvonne, I love you, but I want you to do more than think, baby. I want you to take some action. Now, you older than me, so you know you got some pull there because you're in the class ahead of me. All right, but I want you to do more than think. I want you to take some action. Decide what action you're going to take this week, all right, to take yourself to the next level. Inner Circle, we'll be hearing from me this week. All right, well, you always hear from me, but you'll be hearing from me this week. Those of you that have watched this on the replay, thank you so much for being here. Those of you that gave me your email address, that you're interested in the coaching certification, let me tell you, it is going to be a tight, I love you too, Yvonne, a tight time frame. And I'm only taking so many people. And that's because this is the beta. I always do a beta. I did a beta of the Inner Circle. Beta just means I'm rolling it out on a small scale. Okay, and the pricing is different before I roll it out to everybody. So if you're in the beta, you know that I'll be asking for things from you. All right. In addition to the investment is a little bit lower, and then the second time I roll it out, the investment's higher. If you're in the Inner Circle beta, you know exactly what I mean. How that happened. Some of you were in the Inner Circle beta, and you helped me greatly, and that has formed the Inner Circle that we have today. The Speaker Academy, we're rolling that out in May. We're rolling Speakers Academy out in May. We're doing the Coaching Academy. You guys will be contacted this week, and those of you that are interested, I will tell you off the top that I won't tell you how much it is on here. You'll get an email with information in it, and I'm going to start that, and we're going to roll with that. And I really believe those of you that are going to be in that are really going to be pleased about what you get out of that, okay? Because it's going to be really, really cool. So now, again, while you're working 9 to 5, what did I say? Get clear, get your roadmap, get your finances in order, take action, and get support. Those are the 5 things you can be doing while you are working full time. Don't waste where you are now. All right. It took me 4 years before I stepped out, but that was me. You may take you a shorter period of time, but find the date you want to do it. Pick a date and then work towards that date. All right. Inner Circle, I love you guys. I love all my clients. Thank you so much for listening in on tonight. Please ask your friends to join the group. I'm going to tell you, vision building, because I've gone up a level, vision building women is going up a level too. Oh, for those of you still haven't done my itinerary, I will be at Macedonia Church on Friday and Saturday, teaching on Saturday, doing a workshop there. The week after that, Taisha is her host for her I can't think of the name of it. Know Your Self-Worth. Her prayer breakfast will be there at the end of March. I'll be preaching there, her keynote there. In April, AAU begins to start, so my weekends get a little bit kind of going on there. We will be at Lady Jazz's conference. You'll see more about this. Am speaking the Wise Women Win, which is Pastor Pat Sampson. Going to be preaching the word there. Going to be in Florida for the OBGYN conference, speaking there. So God is doing amazing things. And let me tell you, you can be the anointed woman of God everywhere you are, whether you're speaking in the boardroom, to a corporation, or you're preaching, jumping and shouting in the church. Believe me, I know that. Again, I want to say hello, sisters praying around the globe, ambassadors for Christ. Pastor Thames had a wonderful time down there this weekend. Mwah. Love you all so much. Y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.